Hello and welcome to Jubilife City Radio. My name's Freakin Chocolate. I'm joined by Coco4dayz.
Hello.
Brother, how are you doing? It's been a hot minute. It's been a hot minute.
There has been a lot going on lately. I know on my side that's kind of put things on hold for a little bit, but you know what? It's changed for the best, and you know what? It's going to work out better for podcasting too. So
Definitely. I reckon let's hop straight into it. For those who are listening that don't necessarily follow us on any other platforms, obviously we've been on a bit of a hiatus purely because life is so busy. But Coco, do you want to kind of give the lowdown? I'm sure you've given this speech a million times.
I have. It's sad every time I have to do it. So
it is.
Look, long story short, I got out of my previous employment, started a new job. It's going exceptionally well. And the only downside to the new job is I'm waking up at 4:30 a.m. and I'm in bed by 9 a.m. So I've turned into a bit of a grandpa. So unfortunately, streams are sort of on the back burner indefinitely for now, until I can work out my schedule and body clock and how far I can push myself with staying up and everything. It's it wasn't an easy decision, and Jasmine and I were trying to come up with ways for me to be able to still stream and be flexible, but at the end of the day, I can't sacrifice my family time because I'm sure everyone listening knows, anyone that's joined streams know my family's everything, and I wouldn't sacrifice time with them. So that was out of the question. The other thing was, well, stay up late and run myself down. And with how this job's going to progress and the way it's progressing, that's not an option either. So
for sure,
some things have to give sometimes to make way for brighter futures, and unfortunately, the streaming side of things did have to be that thing that was on the chopping block. I will still be making content. I'm still doing the podcast with yourself. I'm looking at doing more long format videos for YouTube. So nice. Towards the end of the sort of streaming period I was playing a lot of Fortnite. So, posting on YouTube, not full matches because they can go up to 22 minutes, but, like a little bit of, I guess you could go old school first-person shooters or third-person shooters where it was like montage clips. So, I'll still be posting my good games and a couple of like wacky and zany moments. Another thing I want to actually bring back to my YouTube channel that I did when I first started YouTube was game reviews. So
nice.
I've even contemplated doing game reviews, whether they're new, old. I guess giving people my feedback on games. Like funnily enough, Steam, there was a game release called Trading Card Shop Simulator.
I've not to stop you right there, but I was in stream because I work from home obviously on Wednesdays. I was watching a good friend of mine, Decky, stream because he streams on Wednesdays as well during the day.
Yep.
And he was streaming that game. And I'm watching him like the whole time. I'm like, oh man, I really want this game. I really want this game.
So I got it the day it dropped because I'm in the Discord server and I was having a look at the announcements. I actually played the game on my phone.
Yeah, I remember it being a
idle game.
Yeah.
And somehow the developers turned it from an idle game to an actual simulation game. So, in the idle game, you tap a few things, you do this, open a couple of packs. All right, I'll leave it for now. But in the simulator, you actually have to go around, stack your shelves and serve customers and get
ordering your
delivery,
product.
ordering
Yeah.
your products, and open up packs so you can display like the high value cards to sell and everything.
Yeah.
And
My favorite part was the fact that you have to spray some of the clientele because they are sweaty, smelly nerds.
I thought that was a hilarious throwback to any TCG tournament.
Yeah. I think any gaming tournament in general, but TCG specifically. Yeah, I still go to my local card shop every now and then for like a pre-release tournament or something. As soon as I walk in there, I'm like, yeah, there's that smell. There's that smell. Someone in here isn't wearing deodorant.
Yeah, so it's funny because I actually don't have the spray yet, and I'm saving up for one of like the air freshener tanks.
Yeah,
so
hopefully that wasn't a spoiler.
No, I already seen the green clouds around people when they stink.
Yeah.
The first time I'm like, oh, what's this? And I saw a speech bubble. What's that smell? I'm like, oh, that's not a shiny person. That's a stinky person. So they went and sat down at my table and we were playing card games. So I walked over and pretty much kicked them out.
Yeah.
I was like, you're not hanging around.
You can get it for your shelf where like the actual spray bottles you can have in stock. People come in just to buy the perfume.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's good to know.
Like a product for the actual stock itself, and you can pick up a can and you can chase people around with it. Just like, hey.
That's brilliant. I know what I'll be doing. Well, look, I've been enjoying games again. Like
nice.
I found with streaming, you're so focused on trying to grow in one niche of area. Obviously I started off with Pokemon, so everyone knew me as a Pokemon streamer. But then as my sort of community grew, not everyone wanted Pokemon anymore. And then, there are other fantastic Pokemon content creators out there that people would rather watch than myself. So I'm like, right, I need to find a new niche.
Yeah.
And I game hopped for a little bit and went variety, but then Fortnite was just bringing in the views. And it turns out a lot of Pokemon players play Fortnite too. So...
Not this guy.
Not this guy.
Not this guy.
A lot of the other guys in the community were playing, so then I was able to run full squads and open up lobbies so then we could do custom games and all that sort of stuff. So, it's sad because I started to find that niche again and started doing well in it. It just life happens, but I'm enjoying games again. Look, I've been playing Trading Card Simulator since that dropped. I've been playing a lot of Diablo 4.
Oh, nice.
Played a little bit of the Space Marine 2.
Yep.
That is incredible on PC. Like, I've tried playing it on the ROG. It's a little bit laggy. Jump on the PC. I found a reel on Instagram on how to calibrate the screen so it's like perfect to play with.
Yeah.
And just the blood and gore and that is phenomenal. And ever since that video, my reels have been my usual reels, and then I'll get the occasional Space Marine one. And there was one where I was like, the video of the kid running because he's getting chased by chickens.
Yeah.
And the meme was how it feels playing Space Marines too. I'm like, yeah, that's on point. So I've been enjoying other games. And spending time with the family, which has been really good. A bit more time with Jasmine as well. So we've been watching a few TV shows that we've been meaning to watch together, but because I was either streaming or she was working, and then we'd go, oh, screw it, we're going to play Fortnite tonight, and then never get onto those TV shows. So we started watching shows for the past 3 years. We've been saying, hey, let's watch that, and never do. So it's all around, the changes for the past 3 weeks, I think, have been for the best, especially for mental health, family, and just what I need to do.
Yeah, for sure. You're at that point in life when obviously some things are more important than others.
Yeah.
You've got little kids who are very impressionable. They're at that very impressionable age where you need to be present for them.
Yeah, exactly.
And as you said that you got streaming on the chopping block, or you put it on the chopping block. It's like it very well could make a return to once a week or once a month, or
Yeah,
Just like if
definitely.
one day, if you got like a couple of hours that you want to just kind of hop online and throw down some four stack. What is it called? Is it quads? I don't know what
Squads,
they're called.
yeah,
Yeah,
squad up. But yeah, look, it's finding my rhythm now, especially with like I've gone from I'll go to bed at 11, 12 o'clock at night and
yeah,
wake up at 6 to holy smokes, I have to be up at 4:30, out of the house by 5:10, so I can be at work by 6. And
yeah.
it's a 35-minute drive, like, and my car takes about 10 minutes to heat up, so um which I've got plans for the car as well.
Yeah, yeah.
It's going to be loaded. It's going to be as my old man said, it's going to be a hectic Habibi car.
Hectic Habibika.
But you know, like, yeah, just life's taken a massive turn.
Yeah.
For the best, as I said. And I'm not good with feelings, and I probably didn't express it in my post on Discord about what's happening, but I am extremely grateful for everyone that has supported me through Twitch
Yeah,
for the
for
past 4.5 years that I was on there. So, and
Yep.
not to say that it's forever going to end. It's just one of those things where right now it's probably not the main thing I need to focus on. Like 12 months ago, I stopped posting maybe 18 months ago, I stopped posting regularly on TikTok because I
Yeah.
just started running out of time. I went from 3 times a day to nothing. Like,
Mm.
yeah, that's when I first realized, like, hey, you know, I need to focus more on other things than streaming. And then, yeah, I think the lull I went through on Twitch as well with that variety didn't help. It sort of aided in the, because there was a period there, obviously doing my 3K giveaway,
Yeah.
which is still happening for anyone that has messaged me about it. It is still happening. I'm just trying to find the new time in my allocation of being awake and
Yeah, for
winding
sure.
down and spending time with family to work it out. I have a couple of dates in mind that I will do recorded video of me doing the
Announcements and
winner,
stuff.
the
Yeah.
announcement, and I will post it in Discord and add everyone for it. So 3K giveaway is still happening, but during that period of trying to hit 3K, I hit 290 or 280, 2,980 followers. Sorry, and then my number would just drop down to 265, and then go back up to 975, and then drop back down to 960, and then
Yeah.
I was getting up to that 3K mark, and I've opened up OBS for the first time in 3 weeks and seen I've lost 4 followers. So, I haven't officially hit the 3K mark,
Yeah.
but it's only fair to the community that
Yeah.
I still
Anyway.
uphold it.
Yeah.
So I haven't forgotten for anyone out there. It's still happening. It's just, let me find my groove first,
And
please.
I think it's important that that I guess the people, your fan base or anyone, I guess any fan base for any creator should know that the creator doesn't owe anyone anything. So like, if you were to just like disappear and people weren't like, you don't owe them anything.
Yeah.
But obviously it's, you want to do it, so you're doing it.
Oh, look, I'm grateful for a lot of people's time, and one of my viewers, he watched every stream for 90 days or so, like a 90-day watch streak on Twitch.
Yeah.
When if you
insane.
think about it, I streamed 3 days a week. He was there for 90 streams across 3 days a week, which is phenomenal. Like that.
That's 30 weeks.
That's almost a whole year he dedicated to jumping into my stream every night, at least for 10, 15 minutes to get that watch streak.
Yeah.
And, to a degree, I do feel like I owe it to the community to still do it. But at the same time, my morals are, I said I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
So, yeah.
No, that's fair enough. Well, obviously, with that in mind, the people need not worry. The podcast is going to continue regardless. We might turn into doing a few bulk episodes, like recording 3 or 4 in one day, and then spreading that over a month and a half, 2 months, because it's a fortnightly gig. And it might make managing the time a lot easier too. So
Yeah,
the
definitely.
podcast is not going anywhere, and Coco is obviously still going to be making some sort of content in some sort of capacity at some point in time. So
Exactly. I'll still be around. Look, I've had a chat to my brother as well. Him and I are going to look to do a podcast,
yeah,
which
nice.
probably won't be family friendly, I'll be honest. Him and I together tend to get a bit crude. I remember there was one stream we played Dungeons and Dragons on stream, and he made a few Gaddafi jokes during stream. So
Yeah,
it's probably going to, I wouldn't say align with Bad Friends, and I've referenced that a few times here.
yeah.
Probably won't be as vulgar as that, but him and I together tend to get a bit rowdy.
Things get a bit wild.
It's exploring avenues of doing even my own podcast where I just bring on random people to chat for an hour, sort of thing. So there will still be content, whether it be podcast or YouTube or TikToks. Now that I have time, I'm getting clips off of Fortnite. I can post that sort of stuff. I can do more of my day-to-day sort of life. Like, this is me waking up. This is me taking a poo. Like,
Yeah. Maybe even seeing some like food stuff on Instagram or
I've been doing more cooking as well. I've had time to cook.
yeah. The revival of is it Big Joe's? No, what are you calling your
No, I won't revive Big Papa Joe's. That's been
Big
dead
Papa
for
Joe's.
years. That sort of, I've been cross-posting on that just to see how the engagement is compared to my Coco4dayz page.
Yeah.
And that page is dead. So I'll probably just post it on my regular Instagram and show
fair enough.
help people cook.
Yeah, nice. Well, brilliant segue in regards to food and cooking. We all know that you are a big food lover. You're a big cooking lover.
There's no reason I don't have a dad. Or there's a reason why I have a dad bod. Jiggle, jiggle, jiggle.
Yes. You work in the food industry. Food is a big part of your life.
Yeah.
So I figured, obviously, with the way things are going at the moment with the podcast and stuff, as people know, we've diversified quite a bit. It won't all be Pokemon related. There's going to be some food stuff in there. There's going to be some other random game stuff. There's going to be some life stuff. We might even just talk about, I don't know, maybe one day something crazy happened and like there was a house fire or talk about that. Anyways.
I got shot while playing 18 holes of golf.
Yeah, that's definitely a thing that can happen. No, you're right. Like, I don't know if it's good for the algorithm, but Donald Trump got shot at again, which is crazy.
Yeah, that's breaking news.
Yeah, dude can't go a week without trying to be assassinated.
Well, we're actually talking. I know we're breaking into another segment with food, but just quickly off topic, we're talking about how patient that person was. Like, they said that it wasn't in his daily schedule to want to assassinate Donald Trump. Like, he's like, he's playing golf. I got 2 hours to go do stuff and come back. Like, I know I shouldn't laugh because that's someone's life that he tried to take, but
yeah,
it's kind of, in a way, funny. Like, he knew that he's going to be playing 18 holes. He still went about his day-to-day life and then came back.
Yeah.
Who'd have thought?
Yeah, people are crazy.
They really are.
Anyways, bringing us back to the food stuff, I was watching I was watching a podcast today. And it was like one of the random questions that was asked to the person, and it was, what did your school lunches look like? What was what was in your school lunchbox in primary school? And I thought to myself, that's a damn good question. I wonder what Coco's was. Okay. So, my guy, what was in your lunchbox?
So, grade 1 to 3 and 4 was pretty straightforward. Yeah, ham, cheese, sandwiches, fruit, all that sort of stuff. And then grade 5 to 9, I used to get given $30 a day to go down to Woolworths because my school backed onto QUT at Kelvin Grove.
$30 a day?
Yeah.
Bro.
Well, I was in the Excellence of Tennis program at Kelvin Grove, so tennis was actually one of my subjects.
Yeah, right. Okay.
So they'd take the 90-minute period before break to do it as a subject.
Yeah.
So at the start, we used to stuff around for maybe half an hour, get ready, go do things. So I used to take that time to leave the school, go to Woolworths. I would buy a whole roast chicken, a loaf of bread,
the bachelor's briefcase,
and some just like a salad mix and a couple of Powerades and a banana, and I'd take that back to school. Back then, $30 got you all that.
Oh yeah, I mean, I think you'd be pretty close to getting that today with $30.
Oh well, that's good.
What's a chicken like? $11, $12, and
loaf
then you
of bread's
got
about $5.
Yeah, loaf of bread's $5.
So $17.
Couple Powerades, probably like $4 each.
Yeah,
$8 there.
25.
And then loaf of bread. Oh yeah, banana. Sorry, with the bread in there already. Yeah, you probably get it 30.
Yeah. Well, so I used to do that, one day, and then I have the chicken for 2 days.
Yep.
And then on the third day of school, I would bring a jar of peanut butter, a jar of Nutella, and a jar of strawberry, and like a bunch of bananas. And I used to make peanut butter, jam, Nutella, banana sandwiches.
That's insane.
So that was my sort of lunch from grade 5 to through high school. And then grade 11 hit, and I went to, it was pretty much a TAFE. I did a month of school, a month of TAFE, or like a month of work as a school-based apprenticeship. So that quickly turned into, I have my own money now. I'll eat pies from the tuck shop and all the good stuff. And because there's a seafood place in Redcliffe called Morgan Seafood. I used to go there every Thursday, Friday afternoon and smash down 12 oysters as a snack.
Oh my
and then
goodness.
drive home. So,
bro was living the bougie lifestyle.
Yeah. I had the money back then to do that because, you're an apprentice. I was an apprentice chef on like $19 an hour as a first year. I'm like, cool.
That's pretty good for first year.
Yeah. The casino look after me.
Damn.
Yeah, so I was on decent money. I work 5 days a week, 2 days off, and then, accrue my money over that time. Parking was $5 a day, which was cheaper than catching the train. I had a little 4-cylinder Suzuki Swift, so fuel wasn't exactly an issue. A tank would last me 2 weeks. So.
Yep. And it probably cost like, $40 to fill it up the top?
Back then, like 13 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
Back when fuel was $1.10 a kilo.
A litre.
You can tell I work in meat sales.
I mean, to be fair, it's also $1.10 a kilo.
Yeah.
A litre is pretty much equivalent to a kilo.
You're right. So, $1.10 a litre. And I was just putting cheap, nasty fuel in it, so it didn't really matter.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was my lunches through high school.
That's, wow. Okay, well, I pale in comparison for sure. I remember primary school days, like early days. I think some of the first ones I remember was, it wasn't homemade stuff. I think you get given like the brown paper bag, your mum writes on the bag.
Oh, I was good on tuck shop days.
Puts $3 in there, and that'll get you like a salad roll and a chocky milk or something.
Yeah.
So I was getting that for like, I remember it being probably until grade 4, 3 or 4.
You're living the life.
I was loving it back then. And then I'm surprised. I mean, I guess things were cheaper, but I'm surprised because we grew up pretty poor, so we didn't really have the money to do those sorts of things. But I guess Mum did when it comes to those tuck shop days.
Yeah.
Because I remember in grade like 4, 5, 6, probably 7, I would get Vegemite and cheese sandwiches.
Oh, yum.
Yeah, the Vegemite and cheese sangers. And bags of shapes,
Yep.
like the small bags of pizza shapes, and a roll up. Usually, like if I was lucky, I'd get a roll up.
Yeah, nice.
They were expensive.
They were. I just had a thought, a memory popped back into my head when you said Vegemite and cheese sandwiches.
Yeah.
I was friends with this kid, and every day he would come to school going, I don't want my sandwiches. Does anyone want them?
Yes.
I was like, I'll take him. He's like,
Yes.
You sure? I'm like, here, have some roast chicken and have some.
That's crazy.
He goes, but you literally have chicken sandwiches. I'm like, yeah, but the fact that yours is like made at home by your mum is more impressive than here.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I get that for sure.
Yeah, I used to not steal his sandwiches, but take his sandwiches.
Yep. I think that was up until about grade 7, and then in high school, because my high school was grade 8 through 12. I don't know what it was for you, but
I went junior school was preschool to 5, and then it was 6 to 9 was middle school, and then senior school was 10, 11, 12.
Oh, okay.
It was like a American college, high school sort of system.
Yeah, no, my high school was my primary school was 1 through 7.
Yeah.
And then we'd go to a different school for high school, and it was the whole thing was high school, but grade 8 and 9 were technically middle school.
Yeah.
They give you like a lighter colored uniform. It's like a light blue, and then grade 10 and up had like a darker blue uniform. But my lunches through high school were very much whatever money I could scab from anyone, or from family or whatever.
Remember when they had vending machines at school?
I don't know.
Calvin Grove had vending machines all through the school. We used to like scab money out of the vending machines.
Oh wow, okay. No, we didn't have any vending machines. We had a pretty decent tuck shop though, because it like the primary school tuck shop had relatively healthy stuff.
Yeah.
When the high school tuck shop was there, bro, they had like you could buy cans of Coke from the tuck shop.
They were the days.
Actual Coke, not like a sugar-free variant of it, or
yeah.
I think they eventually got rid of it and they introduced LA Ice, and I was like, bro, LA Ice, bring it. I freaking love that stuff.
The shiz, like
yeah.
I don't know how to explain it. It's more refreshing than Coke somehow.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Whenever I go back to it now, because they still sell it at RGAs.
Yeah.
Whenever I go back to it to give it a crack again, I think to myself, why did I drink this?
Yeah, right.
It tastes... It's obviously liquid, but it tastes dusty.
Maybe it's all expired.
Maybe. Maybe they stopped making it all the way back then, and they're just selling what they have. I don't know. But no, I think grade 10 and up, I was a pretty big scab. Like, I never took lunch, because I don't know why I didn't. I think Mum didn't make it. I wasn't going to make it, so I was just going to go without it. So it was just going to be...
You got lunch, bro?
yeah, basically. But if anyone was giving anything away, I'm your guy. I'll take that off your hands.
Yeah. For
sure. Give me that. I remember sometimes I used to just borrow a few dollars off a friend to go to the tuck shop and buy a pizza rounder.
Oh, how good are the rounders?
Which is like a pizza pocket for those Americans, but more doughy, I believe.
It's like a calzone. Oh, I usually tell people calzone, but round.
Yeah. I still feel like it was more doughy though.
Yeah, it
felt more like pizza toppings inside a bread roll that wasn't opened.
Yeah. They still sell them at Coles and Woolies.
Pizza Rounders, the actual brand Pizza Rounder?
Not Rounder, it's Pizza
Oh, okay.
Pockets.
Yeah, Pizza Pockets.
They're done by McCain's. I remember my days as a chef, no one would cook me dinner. So my go-to dinner was throw in 4 of them. And yeah.
They still got them,
Yeah.
Pizza Rounders.
Oh, do they still make Rounders?
Yeah, Ingham bought them.
Oh, good old Ingham.
That's crazy. I can feel it. I can actually. I'm holding it right now in my brain, and like, because the bread itself had like this crumb, like small crumb powdery stuff on top around it to kind of keep it from sticking to the inside package when it was heated up in the
IGA.
In the hot thing. They sell it at IGA.
This one in New South Wales does.
That's cool, man.
Oh, there you go. There's a recipe to make them. Oh,
I'm not doing that.
I'm doing that. I got time.
You do. But no, I thrived off those. And we used to, we had a lolly aisle as well, where you can buy lollies.
2 cents each? Or 5 cents each?
I think they were 5 cents each.
Oh.
But, I'm talking, red frogs, snakes. And then the health nuts came in and
ruined it for everyone.
They started selling the yogurt lollies.
Yeah.
Like the yogurt frogs and the yogurt snakes, I think they had snakes. I can't remember. Yogurt frogs were the big one. Oh, and there was these fruit faces, little faces.
I don't eat the faces. We get the little dinosaur ones for the girls for the snacks.
Yep.
I take them to work still. I think they're great.
Nice.
One thing I do remember for my lunches is if Mum actually cooked heaps of food for leftovers, I'd be taking containers like this.
Oh yeah.
And so they'll a rectangle one, so they're maybe like that. And about that deep. It would be pasta, lasagna, anything high carb. So because I was training 6 a.m. till 8:30, and then my 90-minute period plus an hour for lunch. So, I was doing a fair bit of tennis training. I needed the carbs to sustain me. So,
yeah,
she would always pack me that when we had leftovers.
Man, that was one of those real irrational fears that I had in high school. And I don't know if it was just me or if everyone had this fear. It probably doesn't exist as much now because I guess healthiness has come in and a lot more people are not buying from the tuck shops and having proper ass meals made for them.
Yeah.
And you can buy the ones you can just chuck in the microwave, like the Easy Fresh or whatever, Hello Fresh and not Hello Fresh. What's it called?
I know the ones you're talking about. I buy
U-Foods.
I buy the burritos.
And there's the My Muscle Chef ones.
Yeah.
So that exists now. But back in high school, it was one of those fears that you weren't. Not that I was seeking to be cool, but you weren't cool if you brought lunch that was in a container like that.
Yeah.
Leftovers styled lunch. I don't know if it was just my school, or maybe it was just an irrational fear in my brain, but I'm pretty sure it was a thing where if you brought a container with spaghetti or curry or anything like that was leftovers, you were just outcast straight away. You had to have a nice lunchbox that was one of those cooler bag lunchboxes.
Yeah.
And you had to have a sandwich, you had to have some fruit in there, you had to have either tiny teddies or shapes or roll-ups or other forms of lollies. They had Dunkaroos. You had your little cheese and biscuits. If you didn't have a lunch like that, you were not cool. So I just didn't bring lunch.
Not me.
I just didn't eat.
So this would have been me at school. The photo. It's all blurry. I don't want it to be blurry. Alright, there's a movie called The Wog Boy. It's an Aussie movie.
Yes, I have seen it.
So, for those... it's going to show a YouTube video. That's right. I'm not a robot, bro.
On YouTube?
No, it was for a side scene. Okay. So this, to a degree, this is what I sort of copped at school when I would do my lunches. Share. Now, anyone that is of European descent, it is not racist. I am Italian. Get over yourselves. Here we go.
Well,
Yeah.
oh, people would just like chant that at you?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, nice.
So I did have the nickname Wog Boy during school.
Yeah, I mean, I got curry muncher quite often.
Really?
Yeah, because I'm Indian and
Yeah.
curries, but obviously there's the derogatory part of it where they talk about curry munching being eating poo.
Yeah.
But no, I copped it. It didn't bother me. I think I on many times called myself it.
Yeah.
It's one of those embrace the
You
hate
know, I
situations.
embraced it, and it moved from the Wog Boy to the Italian Stallion because I started watching the Rocky Balboa
The
movies.
Italian stallion.
Yeah.
Jeez.
And then I lived up to the name on the tennis court, believe it or not. So,
Oh yeah.
okay. I used to, because I was out trainings for so long, and then come to tournaments, my doubles partner, he'd finish his match in an hour and a half. 4 hours later, I'm still playing my match. Like,
Jeez.
yeah. I was
Just
like
kept going.
an
Just
Aussie
kept
Rafa.
going. Let's take a hard left turn, yeah? Not hard left, it's like a soft left turn. Because we are still in the food area of the discussions. Another thing that I wanted to ask you was in regards to a ratatouille moment.
Oh, yeah.
Do you have a ratatouille moment when it comes to food?
I have had a one in my whole life.
Yeah.
So, there's an Italian dumpling called Zipoli.
Okay.
It is a pain in the butt to make. So
I imagine.
It's to the point where it's almost like you're making sourdough to a degree, in terms of you got to start the live cultures in it and constantly knead it and let it grow to help promote that sort of fluffiness and lightness in the dumpling.
Yeah.
So it can take a week just to ferment the dough and make the dumpling. At least my family recipe was. And one year I went, screw it, I'm going to make Zipoli, which is an Italian dumpling. And so you pretty much make a sourdough, and then once you've made the dough to a point where it's still a little bit wet, but you can stuff it, you stuff it, fold it over, roll it, deep fry it. And so my grandma would make them every Easter. She knew when Easter was because she would start making the dough for Zipoli, and she would have those big round jars of anchovies, the ones where you're paying $30 a jar. She would have 6 of them on the bench. She would have bunches of tomatoes that were underripe that she was ripening herself so she could quality control it and everything every day. And jars of olives everywhere. So you knew Easter was coming, even if you didn't know that Easter was coming because you lost track of time. She knew. And every year you would see that array sitting on her bench, and you're like, yeah, cool. All right, I'm getting Zipoli this year. And there was one time in the kitchens I went, screw it, I'm going to make it for Easter as a lunch special.
Yep.
And I hadn't eaten the Zipoli in about 7 years at that point. Just because she got to an age where arthritis started kicking in and she wasn't really able to knead the dough like she used to. So I made it one year, and after I deep fried it, bit into it because it was best eaten not right out of the deep fryer where it burn your mouth, but just or just hot enough that the dough was like still not gooey, but had that little bit of rawness to it, like the pizza rounder. But it was so light and fluffy that you just felt like you're biting a cloud almost.
Man.
So you could do plain ones and then the stuffed ones. And I made the stuffed one and I bit into it and it just took me back to my childhood of Easter time, seeing the jars of anchovies everywhere and watching my grandma like make the dough and everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't made it since because the process is just too long. But
nice.
I remember when I did make it, I said to my head chef, I said, "Oh yeah, I'm going to need, those washing baskets with the handles. How you can get like the big 30-liter ones,
The tall ones.
The tall ones." I said to him, "I need one like that." And in the kitchen, I'm in this in this washing basket, kneading this dough. And it fermented to the point where it actually exploded and went over it.
Yeah.
Over it. I'm like, chef, I'm going to Bunnings. I'm getting a bigger one.
That's crazy.
So I ended up just buying like a clear see-through container and just put this dough into it and let it ferment for a week.
Giant tub of dough.
Yeah, so that was my ratatouille moment.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. I have one relatively recently where I was making a curry. Yes, it's very Indian of me. I made a curry, and I made it to, I guess, it's pretty much how Mum used to make it. I made it at my house here, and I was watching the wrestling, because I'm a big WWE guy,
Are you
for those
coming
who didn't know.
You live in Brisbane. Are you going to WWE in Feb? Is it WWE in Feb?
AEW?
Yes.
Yeah, I will be. Yeah.
Cool.
But yeah, I cooked the curry and I was watching a pay-per-view. It was like it was specifically, what was it? Oh no. It was before WrestleMania. It was two pay-per-views before WrestleMania, which was like in April. So it was like 6 months ago. I made this curry. I was watching wrestling, and as soon as I took a bite of that rice and sauce, it took me right back to the days in which, when I was a child, when I was 14, 15,
yeah.
13, early high school days. I grew up in the street. I grew up in a house, obviously, but myself and quite a few of the kids in the street would always play after school.
Yeah.
We'd play wrestling. We'd
build
play
like tree houses,
Nintendo 64, glove guns, tree houses, the whole kit and caboodle. We did it all. It was so much fun. We had like bikes, scooters, the ratty kinds of kids. That was us. And every weekend on a Saturday morning, we would. I lived on at the front of the house, and my window didn't have a fly screen or a security screen or anything. You could just open up the window and then just jump through.
Yeah, cool.
Onto my bed. And quite often that would happen where I would wake up to like a tap on the window. I'd look out the window and it's like 3 friends just like waiting for me. I'd open the window, they'd jump through onto my bed, then jump onto the ground and like turn the PS2 on, hit up SmackDown vs. Raw 2003, I think it was. Yeah, 2003, 2004. And we'd start just like playing wrestling until like 6, 7 p.m. It'd be an all-day situation where we'd do that sort of stuff. And Mum, being the woman that she is, she would always make, like, we had curry like 4 or 5 times a night. 4 times a week, sorry.
Yeah.
She would bring the curry in and she'd open the door and be like, oh, there's a lot more people in here than I thought. All right. So she went back out and she'd bring like 5 or 6 bowls in.
Yeah, wow.
And we'd all just be eating curry. And that specific moment the other 6 months ago when I was watching wrestling and eating the curry, and I took that bite, it took me back to those days, sitting in front of my small box TV where the speakers on the side, the magnets were too powerful in them, and it was like a defect in the TV, and it would like have green lines that would start to appear on the screen.
Yeah, wow.
And it was so vivid. Like the memory just hit me so hard where I took this bite and I'm like, I am on my ground in my old bedroom playing wrestling, eating curry with my friends, and it almost brought me to tears. It was that crazy.
Yeah, wow.
Like the heart started racing, goosebumps all over, and
That's
I was
a
just
good memory, though.
whoa. Yeah, yeah. I had a lot of fun when I was a kid, growing up in the street. Like, there were days where we'd go over to my other friend's house who lived across the road from us, and we'd be playing Conker's Bad Fur Day on 64 in the mornings.
Such a good game.
Such a good game. I was always, because he knew all the cheats, so like you would to get all the characters. I was the big muscly squirrel, and I always had the rocket launcher as my weapon, and I wouldn't like shoot next to people. I'd be like hitting them with the rocket launcher to explode them, like first shot. It was so much fun.
Oh,
So much fun, man.
I remember playing my tattoo artist. Him and I were real close growing up, and he used to come around on the weekend and we would play Lord of the Rings, Two Towers and Return of the King, where, every kill you got souls or whatever, and you had to level up your skills. And
yeah.
him and I would just play those games. And Halo 3 came out on the 360. We literally sat there, similar to yourself, from morning till night, and we played it on the hardest difficulty possible, which is why it took so long, but it was so much fun.
Yeah. It's crazy. Like the nostalgia that I can bring.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, it was
Good old days.
Yeah, like one more thing before we start to round things out here. We would always, because we lived in it's kind of like a cul-de-sac. Like you would turn down a street, down a hill, there'd be a roundabout there, and then there'd be 3 roads that go like left, right, or straight, and they're all dead ends.
Yeah.
Where we all lived in each corner of those dead ends.
Yeah.
And so like in the mornings on a weekend, like Sunday morning or something, we'd all like, this is before phones, and like, actually I think I might have had like a Motorola Razr, but everyone else, they didn't really have a phone. We couldn't really communicate other than going to the house of the person.
Yeah.
But yeah, every morning on like a Sunday or whatever, we would, and school holidays as well, we would all meet up at the roundabout and just sit on the roundabout, and like we'd have like an iced coffee or a chalky milk or
that's sick.
Whatever it was, like a warm beverage, and then we'd be sitting at the roundabout for like an hour or two just chatting, talking about life, and then we would we'd grab our bikes and scooters and head down to the IGA. This IGA was it was a fuel station IGA that had a deli mart next to it, which was cool. Part of the IGA. And they made these bacon and egg rolls, man. Oh my goodness. These bacon and egg rolls hit something different. Like, it was the sloppiest of bacon and egg rolls. Like, I'm talking lunch truck sort of situation.
Yes.
But it was made with love.
Yeah.
And it tasted so damn good. Oh my goodness, man. So many memories.
I grew up around tennis courts. So I guess I didn't have those sort of memories. Mine was we'd hang around the tennis center until our name got called to go play matches, and it'd be like sitting at a cafe sipping on Gatorades going, so what do you know about my opponent? Oh, he's forehand strong. He'll play drop shots here and there. It's like pretty much just telling each other how to beat our opponents.
Yeah.
That was sort of, and the times I didn't have tournaments was sort of just playing in the backyard, pretending I was Gohan with my right shoulder damaged, going, Kamehameha!
Oh, man. A few of the people still live in the street that we grew up in.
Oh, wow.
And whenever I go up to Mum's place on the weekends, we generally try and catch up with them all.
Yeah.
A couple of them actually moved away, and then they moved back into the house because their mum passed away and left them the house. So they're in that house again now. I think one of the kids went to jail, and then he got back out. He was like doing some crypto scamming. And then another one went to Emerald.
There's worse things to go to jail for.
Yeah, you're right.
Crypto scamming's not that bad.
The other one went to Emerald, and like he studied biomed. He's doing like, I don't know, some doctory stuff.
Yep.
But then about a year ago, we all decided like we're all going to be in the same place at once. Let's just catch up, and then in the morning, let's go to the roundabout. Let's just sit at the roundabout with a cup of coffee, and we did it, and it was amazing. Like it was
so much
special.
Nostalgia.
Yeah. We tried to get Conker's Bad Fur Day working, but the 64 wasn't working, unfortunately.
Is it on the Switch 64 emulator?
Nah, highly doubt it. I can't imagine Nintendo putting an R-rated game on. Oh, it wasn't R, was it MA? I don't know.
Yeah, something like that. That's true. They've gotten a lot soft over the years.
Yeah, for sure.
Softer.
Let's do one more thing before we close out the episode, shall we?
Done.
I have an idea in which I want to ask ChatGPT to give me 10 very difficult Pokemon-related questions, and I want to see if we can answer them, and then I'll ask it to give us the answers, okay?
Cool. Let's do it.
Alright, give me 10 hard Pokemon questions without answers. Alrighty. Question number
298.
Come on, Chat GPT. What are you doing here? Alrighty. Which Pokemon has the ability Wonder Guard and it's only weak to super effective moves? Shedinja. Definitely. In Pokemon Gold and Silver, which NPC gives you the item necessary to evolve a Sneasel into a Weavile?
Oh, I don't remember Heart Gold and Soul Silver well.
It's just Gold and Silver, I guess.
No, Weavile didn't come out till...
Oh, yeah, you're right. We didn't evolve until...
Gen 4.
Yeah. I don't know who the NPC who gives you the item, but the item is the
Razor Claw.
Yeah.
Could it be the NPC in the ice tunnel itself? It makes sense.
I haven't got answers yet.
We'll find out.
Let's go ice tunnel. Alrighty. Question number 3. What is the only dual type Pokemon that is both fire and water? Volcanion. In the core series, which Pokemon has the highest base defense stat?
Oh, I want to say Chestnut?
Nah, surely it's Deoxys defense, right? Or Regirock?
Maybe Regirock the Bark?
I think it might be Deoxys defense.
Let's go Deoxys defense.
Alright. Which Pokemon can learn the move Dark Void?
Oh, that's Darkrai.
Yeah. What is the maximum number of IVs a Pokemon can have that are nature perfect? Oh, sorry, that are naturally perfect when caught in the wild?
31.
Yes. Yeah, I think that's right, isn't it? Yeah. Which Pokemon in Pokemon Sun and Moon has the highest number of Zygarde cells and cores to collect? Oh, sorry, which location in Pokemon Sun and Moon?
Oh, I was about to say, wouldn't that be Zygarde 100%?
Yeah.
I will be honest, I never chased the Zygarde cores. So
that's fair. I'm going to say it's Peony Island.
Let's run with that one.
Yeah. Which two moves can be used to increase all the Pokemon's stats by 2 stages in a single turn?
Action power.
Does it do it by 2?
Yep.
What's the
Oh,
other move? Geomancy?
No, ancient power is 1. I'm pretty sure it's geomancy.
There's 2 moves though. I don't know. I think Geomancy, Shell Smash, maybe? No,
No, shell smash is only defense and speed. Maybe it is ancient power and geomancy.
Maybe. Oh, we'll find out in a moment. What is the name of the hidden feature in Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire that causes Pokemon eggs to hatch faster if 2 compatible Pokemon are of different languages?
Oh, shiny.
The name of the feature?
Masuda method.
Masuda method? Yeah?
I'm assuming.
I don't know. And question 10. What Pokemon is the only that has no evolutions, no previous evolutions, but is genderless, that can be bred with any Pokemon in the same egg group?
Drampa?
Really?
Oh no, Drampa has genders.
What
No,
are the
Drampa.
answers?
I want to say Drampa.
All right. Shedinja was the correct answer.
Yep.
No NPC. That was a trick question.
Literally.
We got baited by ChatGPT. That's
Wow.
crazy. Also, Shuckle has the highest base defense in the core series games.
My old saying, you don't fuckle with the Shuckles.
Yeah. Darkrai was correct for the Dark Void.
Yep.
Did I miss a question in there?
Zygarde crystals was the next one.
Oh, apparently, no. Wild Pokemon... The question was, what are the maximum number of IVs can
I have
Pokemon
31.
have that are naturally perfect when caught in the wild?
Oh, caught in
The answer is
wild.
3.
3, right. My bad.
Resolution Cave has the most Zygarde cells.
Yep.
Ancient Power and Silver Wind.
Silverwind, really? Huh.
Silver Wind?
What do you think Silverwind would be?
I don't know what Silver Wind does.
Silverwind
It can't be
is it-
used in Scarlet and Violet, which makes sense.
Generation 3 move.
Huh.
It was in Legends Arceus, though.
Yeah. Anyways.
Wasn't in BDSP, wasn't in Sword and Shield.
No.
So it was in... Wow.
Masuda Method was correct. And Ditto was the genderless Pokemon.
Got baited there.
Yeah, we did. Anyways, though, that brings us to the end of the episode.
Yes.
What a blast. This was fun.
It's been good. It's been good to catch up. I know.
Yeah.
Like I said, I've been busy and everything, so it's been nice to record and touch base and let the general public know what's been happening.
Yes, indeed.
I promise it's not because I'm ignoring people. I'm just genuinely busy and tired.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Anyways, you can all catch us where we normally are. Don't forget, all the socials will be in the below. The Twitters, the possibly Instagrams, the
YouTubes.
probably the YouTube and TikTok of this. If you are listening on iTunes and on Spotify, drop that 5-star review and rating. And if you want to see our beautiful faces, head on over to youtube.com/Jubilife City Radio, and you can find us there as well.
Woohoo!
And you can watch the very, very short video that Coco did share.
Wog boy.
But we are going to get the heck out of here. Thank you all so much for listening, and we will talk at you in a fortnight's time. Peace.